Hello, everybody. We're back. Welcome to
Hey
the Seekers
all.
Chronicles, where the history meets the paranormal. We're going to be no Jenny tonight. She's not feeling good, so she's not going to be on tonight. So you're going to have just Kim and I.
Yeah.
Kim could talk
I know.
more than
Poor
I can, so
Jenny.
she'll
I
be
know.
good. We're going
I
to
hope
have a
she
good
feels
day.
better.
Yeah, I hope Jenny does feel better, but she will. She's strong, and she'll drink somebody's blood and she'll be fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say she needs some coffin rest. She needs to
Yeah,
get into her little coffin and do
she
her
needs to rest
sweep.
a little bit. She'll be
Oh,
fine. She'll just drain somebody's neck, and then she'll come wake up tomorrow morning like, ah, I'm good. I'm good.
yeah.
Oh, you know, I know we had a good weekend. Jenny and I we went to Penhurst with a bunch of other groups, and you're going to meet
Yeah.
two of the people tonight. And
Mm-hmm.
we had a wild time, really did. Um,
I can't wait to talk about it.
yeah, yeah. We had so much evidence coming out, and
Let me get my license.
we went to the tunnels. You have people walking behind you, and
Oh,
and you can see things, shadows moving in the tunnel and everything. So it was very good. Hope I'm hoping that Penners stays with us, but I can see
oh
some of those
yeah, right?
buildings are kind of old there. You
Isn't
know,
it supposed to be under new management or something, or being sold or
yeah,
something?
I'm not sure exactly the whole deal anymore, and
Yeah.
they're talking about it's supposed to be sold, and then they're saying it's not.
Yeah,
There's
I
people
remember hearing about this.
protesting, they're taking down the building and stuff like that. Look, I got the
Oh,
shirt on the wrong side here.
Penhurst.
Penhurst, I got the
So
shirt.
where do you get the T-shirt from? Like, who does the T-shirt?
They sell it there. They sell T-shirts
Oh,
there, and also look,
there's like a gift store in the
yeah,
sanitarium.
they,
Oh my.
it's a nice cup too.
So
You know,
I'm sorry, I know nothing about this place. Is it a prison or is it a sanitarium? Or both?
well, they call it Penhurst Asylum, but it was actually a school. There was a
Or
school.
neither, or none of
School.
that.
No, it was a school, but it was school for handicap or undesirable. It's considered to society and stuff like that. So
Oh, so it was an asylum.
our guests probably know more about it than I do.
They have a gift store in the asylum.
Yeah, yeah, they're selling it people that were at the asylum.
Wow.
Take home something. But it was nice. They also make it in around Halloween time. They make it into like a haunted attraction.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's
they got
always
some
fun.
cool stuff there. There was one thing we seen. I think it was in the Mayflower building, whatever. And you walk in. No, it wasn't. I forgot what building we were in. And we're walking, and you see people like those radiation type suits. And the people's
Like
faces as you walk
hazmat?
in, the hazmat suits, yeah.
Hmm.
But they had the mask and everything, but the faces look real. You walk in. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
could see if you didn't know it was that kind of place, and you're walking in, you'd be like, what the hell was that?
Yeah,
You
that
know?
would be pretty creepy.
Yeah,
But I do love doing the haunted attractions at haunted locations. I think
yeah,
that's my favorite.
uh-huh.
I do love doing that.
Yeah, and they do it there. So, but it was a good weekend, and
Good.
too bad Jenny's not here to talk about it. But we'll talk a little bit about it with our guest, and they have other things and talk about. Our show. We go which way. We start with ghosts,
Wherever
we
the
end up
wind
with food.
takes us.
We start with ghosts and we end up with food. So
Well, we always do food, of course.
the food has to be
Yeah.
talked about. So what's in the stars?
Oh, well, did
Kim?
everybody watch the Artemis 2 launch off from Florida?
Yeah, I
It
did.
was well, and what's so cool is they have it on live on Netflix. So you can watch the entire mission in space live.
Oh,
Like you
really?
can hear all of the communications, you can watch all of the like public relations stuff they do, everything that they're doing in the cabin. It's all filmed and it's live. So it's been my husband and I have actually been watching it a few times, just like, oh, what's going on out in space, because he loves space too. But It was really cool. So seeing the other side of the moon, I don't know if anybody's into this kind of stuff, but yeah, Ron said I did, or that might be Bobby, but one of them said they watched it on the dark side of the moon. Yeah, exactly. It was so cool.
Yeah, that was a good album.
It was a good album.
That was an excellent album.
Maybe one of the best.
Floyd, yay.
If not the best. That is an excellent album.
That is a good album.
Yeah, and Mary Beth said NASA has a channel on YouTube as well. So it's been really fascinating. And to imagine being 250,000, almost 260, okay, I can do math, 1,000 miles away from Earth, like that just blows my mind. And they're going like 1,000 miles per hour. So anyway, that just happened. So a lot of our focus is out in space right now with Artemis 2. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's pretty wild. And hopefully we'll be going to Mars at some point or landing on the moon again. If people want to put any conspiracy theories into the chat about that.
Well, I think I used to work with some guys from Mars.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they were straight. They were from out of the
Probably.
world. Some of these guys I worked with, like, woo, out there. You know?
Yeah, exactly. The farthest any human has been in history outside the planet, because even further than Apollo 13. Yeah, even you can watch the Mars rover. Have you seen the sunsets or sunrise on Mars?
I used to watch that with the Mars rover.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's blue because of the, gosh, I'm not going to remember. It might be methane, but I'm not sure. It's just the different atmosphere. Anyway, so check it out. That's been fascinating. Other than that, no, it's been pretty quiet in on the moon right now, even though there's a lot of sunspots. Sorry, not the moon, the sun. It's been pretty quiet on the sun, so nothing really to report there. But yeah,
no linings of planets.
Not so much. There is this week, but really the big one is April 20th is that week. There's a really big thing coming with like
the moon
Aries.
was nice the other night. That moon was really nice the other night.
What room? What?
The moon.
Oh, the moon. The moon.
The moon. What do you want? Hey, the moon. The moon. What am I saying wrong?
What you saying? It was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice. And we had a nice sky in Penhurst too, with the moon and everything. It was really nice that night. So, I'm going to have to introduce our guest tonight, unless you want to.
Oh my gosh, go for it, Anthony. Oh my God, I'm going to report back how good you did.
Oh,
you're going to be great.
I'm going to have to ask him. I asked him how to say their name already.
Perfect. You got it.
I forgot. I got that short memory.
Oh my gosh, my dog is walking on my desk right now. What's wrong with you?
He wants to be your co-host.
Oh my God.
He wants to replace. He knows Jenny's not here. He wants to replace Jenny for the night.
What are you doing? Go ahead, announce the guests. I'm focusing. I'm going to get my dog off the desk.
I got to see that name again before I start saying it again. I'm so bad. See, I'm bad with names. They're going to be like, "What the hell is he talking about?" Okay. And let's see.
Jenny keeps us together.
Okay. So here we go. I'm going to introduce the guest tonight is April and Ron Priestley. Yes,
right.
Okay, they're clapping. Yeah, I got it right.
Paranormal in New Jersey.
Yes, Peekaboo Paranormal, New Jersey. What's up, guys?
We got him.
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Yeah.
Nice to see you both again. I know I already said it in the back, but it's nice to see you both again. It's been since, what was it, February?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So, yeah, see, Jenny has a replacement tonight.
Yeah.
He's sitting on Kim's lap.
What a
This never
cutie.
happened. Do you have dogs? Are you
Yes.
dog people?
Yes.
Interesting. This has never happened. If everybody who's been here every single week, this is never has she come on my lap for the show. So she is here for you, I guess.
She's not really interested as she has her head turned, but she's making us get her good side.
Yeah, this is my good side. Well, she knows that we're missing Jenny tonight, so I guess he wants to
Fill in.
fill in. Yeah, we need to fill in.
I guess
Get
so.
it. Yeah, that's all. So, how you guys doing? How's everything?
Doing
Good.
all right. Doing good.
Recuperating from our holiday weekend and our paranormal hangover.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Still
Yes.
suffering from
That's
that.
real. That's a
That
real
is real.
thing.
Yes,
It is a
it
real
is a
thing.
real
That is
thing.
true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I drove home from there. I got home at 5:30 in the morning.
That's crazy.
I got home at 5:30 and I couldn't go to sleep. I was like, oh, that whole drive. And I couldn't go to sleep. And I went to sleep about 7 o'clock in the morning. And then my grandson came, so he woke me up at 9 o'clock. And it was like one of those days. And then I was trying back and forth. Well, it was hard for me. So it was one of those days.
We're not spring chickens anymore, Anthony.
Nah. Those days going out on Friday night and coming home Sunday and go straight to work the next day.
Well, you came home. I didn't come home.
Well, but we were in bed long before you got home.
That was
You
crazy.
stayed at a hotel?
We have family in the area, so
Oh,
we just
nice.
went down there.
Yeah.
She's like 20 minutes away.
So
Nice.
if anybody doesn't know, yeah, we went to Penhurst this weekend and we were all together and we had a great time investigating. You know, there was other people there, but you know, and do you know if they're going to close Penhurst up or no?
As far as we know right now, they've been able to stop the data center in its tracks. And the township, West Vinton Township, is in the process of writing a very strong ordinance so that it cannot occur ever again.
Okay, good.
So yeah, and where a lot of places are following suit. There's a lot of this going on down here in South Jersey right now. In our town where we live, we're in the process of writing an ordinance. They came in under the guise of a warehouse.
I heard about this. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a video on this too when they turned it off. The sound
That's in Vineland.
That's
There's
in
one
Vineland.
existing in Vineland, which is about 30 minutes or so further towards the shore from us.
oh my God, there's more?
There's more.
Yep.
They're trying to put in our surrounding townships, Gloucester Township, which is in Camden County. They're trying to put 2. And everybody is having a fit.
Yeah.
There are other places they could do that doesn't have to be in the middle of a residential area.
Sure.
Yeah, the one that they're trying to put in down here is like maybe a mile and a half from our house.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
Well, it doesn't sound like it'll go through. Maybe.
Fingers crossed,
Fingers
everybody's making a lot of noise and putting some pressure on our local politicians. So,
Yeah.
and that's what you have to do. You have to make your voice heard.
Hmm.
That's why we vote. That's why you attend, town meetings and so on and so forth. So
Mhm.
you want to keep
Yeah.
places like Penhurst alive. You have to be vocal.
Yeah.
True.
It's,
And I mean, I know you guys were talking earlier. So the history with Penhurst has never been an asylum. The word asylum comes from their haunted attractions.
oh, really? Okay.
Yes. Penhurst was what they called.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
You're
Thanks.
welcome. They were a
When I
state,
Google it, it always says asylum. That's why I think asylum.
right? So Penhurst was a state school, and it was originally intended for idiots, morons, and retards. That's how they classified them.
that's how they scaled them.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
is that, and you died from idiocy or you died from moronic. Never actually what you died from.
Right.
Wow.
So
I know a
that's
lot of people
pretty
today I
well.
would be putting it in there with those type of labels.
And I mean, as a mental health professional, I work in a state psychiatric hospital.
Mhm.
Whoa.
That, I'm very interested in the history of Penhurst for those reasons. So children who were autistic or
Mhm.
ADHD or sometimes just misbehaved, couldn't control your kid, you could drop them off there.
Yeah.
Children with diabetes, with epilepsy, with things that we didn't understand medically were sent there.
Mhm.
Birth defects,
Yep.
all of those reasons. And it went from being a facility that was supposed to house around 250 to 300 people to housing over 2,000 at one time.
Yeah, sounds like pretty much what they
Oh.
used to do back then.
Yep.
Because they got more money. Everybody they had there, these places got funding from the state or from the, and the more patients they had, the more funding they got.
Actually, that's not true. That's one of the reasons why they failed so miserably.
Oh, really?
Yes, because there was only so much money. There was only so much money in the budget.
Okay.
So they had to stretch that dollar. And Pennhurst was like many of the state hospitals or asylums and sanitariums of their time were very self-contained, almost like a little town. They had a farm. Pennhurst was on a coal line, on a railroad. So they were very self-contained. They had their own hospitals. They were a town within a town. So it's a shame, but most of the people that work there, hands-on, did the best they could with what they had.
Yeah.
Trying to keep, their patients safe from themselves, from each other. So it's a dark history, but we should least we ever forget and repeat it.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I'm a father. My son's autistic, my oldest son. And, and he's been home forever. No way we're going to ever put him where they think everybody's always, he's going to live with us.
Right.
We brought him up and he's going to stay with us as long as we can. Then my son's already agreed to, if anything happens to my wife and I, to take him on because, he's 32 right now. No, he's 33. I'm sorry.
33. Yeah.
So,
but there are really good programs out there where they can learn to live a little bit more independently, which is never a bad idea. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do as parents, right? We raise them up to be as independent as possible. But if that's not for him, wherever he is on the spectrum, it's good that you have something in place for when you can't be that person anymore.
Yeah. And it's, I just back then the reason they put these kids away and everything is it's today it's like you think about it. Back then it was an embarrassment to have children like that.
Yep.
Okay?
It was.
Especially people that are from the elite. Oh no, that there's bad genes in our family. No. And they always want to have that, they're better than everybody else type of thing. So, and then the poor people couldn't afford to keep them, so they put them away.
That's why they had what did they call those rooms? They used to have those.
A lot of people would lock them in a certain room. They would lock them in their bedrooms in the houses, so people didn't know they were
quiet rooms, or
quiet.
the
quiet room.
The upstairs rooms in the attic, or
yes,
stuff like that.
And it was their form of seclusion. But there's a specific name for it. If anybody in the chat can remember what it was, help me out. But they had those rooms.
Those rooms. I mean, we had
appointment rooms or something. It was like I don't remember.
I know. Put them in the attic.
Yeah.
But we had one of our guests, and he was sending us pictures from one of the places they've been to, and I seen like a child crawling on the floor, and I drew the picture of the child crawling on the floor. Then they told us there was one of those rooms up in the attic, so that would have been a child that, would have undesirable, whatever. It's kind of, it was a sad period of time.
Well, Trans-Allegheny is the same way.
Oh yeah, the Trans-Allegheny. I've been there a couple times, and that's where I got all those misinformation from.
Trans-Allegheny. It was the same way as Pennhurst years ago. A lot of people were sent there because they didn't want them around or whatever.
Yep.
So
we got King's Park,
they were called disappointment rooms.
Yeah. What did I say? I said some D word. Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
But they were called disappointment rooms.
So what were the ages at Pennhurst? Like it was just under 18 or
newborns?
They had babies there on up.
Yeah.
Newborns into adulthood. I think the youngest there was one born there, but the youngest was 2 months old and the oldest resident was 87.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
They were open from 1903 to 1987, 88, when they finally closed the doors and the last patient was housed.
88.
Oh, yeah, pretty
Wow.
recent, not too long ago. And so how do you guys know so much information about it? Is this a place you go often?
Yeah, we've been here like 3 or 4 times.
Nice.
Yeah, and we've been there investigating 3 or 4 times. We attend the big Paracon there in May. This will be our 4th year. And we pay attention on that history tour because it's important.
Yeah, it is important. Yes.
Funny
Nothing gets my goat more than history that is falsely told, especially for paranormal gains. Nothing gets me more fired up.
And I never knew it was not called an asylum.
Nope.
All these years, everybody was been calling it Penhurst Asylum.
Yeah.
So I thought it was actually an asylum.
Yeah, no, the Penhurst Asylum is the haunted attraction that they do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it got its name.
Yep.
Got it. Thank
wow. Yeah, thanks for that info.
Sure.
So, there's a question we always ask all our guests on the show, and it's how did you get into this paranormal stuff? Did you start as a young child, or did you just come to you later on in life, or something you're just interested in doing?
You want to go first?
All right, I'll go first. I had things happen when I was younger that I did not understand. You wrote them off like, oh, I don't know what that is. It wasn't until as I get older, and then here, at least 5 or 6 years ago, in our own home, I'd be sitting here watching TV at night, and I would see out of the corner of my eye this shadow. So I was like, I don't know what that is. I didn't say nothing. About the 3rd time I saw it, I had asked my wife April. I said, "Did you feel anything or see anything in this house?" And she looks at me and she goes, "Yeah, like the shadows." And I'm like, "Okay, there you go." Our son has even saw them. So it kind of got me curious. So then, as time goes on, we figure out we got information who it was. It was her mother, who passed away years ago. Supposedly she had unfinished business. She wasn't ready to pass on yet, move on. So I'd be sitting here at night and I would just get ice cold, and then it would just disappear. The shadows, I would hear noises. So we found out that when I would get ice cold, it was her mother hugging me because her mother loved me.
My mother liked him better than she liked me. She adored Ron.
So I would just get, and it was her mother hugging me. So that's how this all started with me. I started getting really curious. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to dive in a little further and learn more about this. So that's where we start. That's where I started. That's how we both started.
And then, well, I mean, it started for me as a kid. I didn't know at the time, but all of my imaginary friends that I played with in my room turns out were ghosts. I had real conversations. I drew auras as a child.
Ooh.
Every picture that I drew of people, family, whatever, always had color around their head and shoulders. And my mother had a friend who was a card reader, tarot reader. And she came to our house and she was in our kitchen and there was a picture on the refrigerator and she was questioning my mother about it. And I guess I was about 6. And she said, "Well, can I go talk to her?" And she came in my room and sat down on the floor with me and interrupted one of my conversations because I was in there chatty Cathy. Hard to believe, right? And she asked me about my pictures. And I just said, well, that's what I see when I see people. That's how I see them. And she explained to me what it was and that it was a gift. And she asked me if I often saw people that other people didn't see. And I said, well, yeah, I was all the time. And she was able to tell me how many people were in the room with me at the moment. And she was right. And she just explained to me what that gift was. And at 6, you really don't have a lot of comprehension about it. And then as I developed into my adolescence, the chatter got really loud. So anybody who has any sensitivities as a medium kind of gets those, understands what that means. I had to learn to turn it off, and I turned it off for many, many years. And after my children were born, it kind of came back. And then I turned it off again. And then when we started having experiences here in this house, I realized that I wasn't as turned off as I thought it was. And then I got curious and started doing some homework and getting involved with some people who could help me explore that. And, you know, we go from there.
That's interesting. I mean, it's when you start, I did this, I've been doing this since I was a little kid, experiencing stuff. And then later on, I got more into the paranormal part of it. When I was about 13 years old, investigating. But, you know, when you first get into it and you have to learn to shut down, but you never could shut down forever. It's always going to be there. And that's the whole thing. As much as you want to put that wall up, they're going to come through again and again and again. So you just have to learn to shut down for a period of time, and, you know, and you're going to have to let it come to you. You know, I guess, Kim, I guess you agree with me. You can't hold it away, you know, with those.
Well, I come from kind of a different way of it. I never had experiences as a kid. It wasn't until like college or vet school, anyway, that I started having experiences. But no, I think it's true that it's innate. I mean, I think it's innate for everybody. It's just how more inclined are you to be closer in that sensitivity? It's just like everybody can draw. Everybody has the ability to draw. Just some people have the inclination to draw really well. Some people are able to draw really well, but they don't really care to draw, and they go work on cars. So it just kind of depends on where your focus is. But yeah, I believe that, you know, whenever you're ready to turn back to it, it'll be there for you. I don't think it's you know, your drawing skill doesn't go away. Neither does your sensitivities. And it's there. And it sounds like it came back to the both of you when it was right and necessary, where now there's no fear. You're both more grounded. You're in more of a state where you're in curiosity instead of turning away or being afraid of it. So I think that's amazing. Thank Mom for that.
Yeah. I feel things, like different changes in energies and stuff when we're in places. You know, like it happened the other night at Penhurst. You know, I felt somebody or someone standing in the room across from us. You know, you can't see them, but I felt their presence.
No, you can't see them until you put the SLS on them, and then you can confirm. You know, you get that confirmation with an SLS, which is always, you know, amazing to me when that happens. Or you get, you know, a flashlight responds to questions, you know, appropriately, which had some of that.
We had that the other night down in the what do you call it? The candy room?
Candyland.
You know, but yeah, I mean, with experiences and like, you know, like you said, you know, you feel things in front of you. Like when I was there, I said, shine your SLS in that corner. There's somebody over there, and you did, and you got a stick figure.
Yep.
You get used to directing to where something is, because it's weird how I feel. I walk in, it's like one of those radar type things.
Yep.
And I'll feel it to my left side, and I say there's something there, or my front, or even my back. And I that's how I feel when I see things. And when I look in that area, I'll see something there or feel something there. And the SLS, I mean, when that first came out, and you know Bobby Bandorf, Bandorf. No. Well, he's our gadget guy. He has everything. He has every RLS in the world, from the first one to. So this guy has all gadgets, and he knows his stuff. But he was like one of the first to get it. So we were at White Hill Mansion, and it ended up that I was I see something down. I said. It was by one of those Boo Bear type of things. I said, "There's a girl there. I see a girl there." And he swung that camera around, and there was a stick figure. What I'm saying, Now I'm like, whoa, that's my verification. This is the first time ever I said there's something there, and there was some sort of proof that backed me up. So I'm like, wow. Then I'm like, sweetheart, come here. You know, you'll be okay. You want to hold my hand? If you're scared, I'll hold your hand. I'm sitting down. My hands start getting cold. So I'm like, shoot it out towards me. And they got a figure grabbing my hand.
Yeah, when we first got our SLS,
I have to have one.
when we first got our SLS, it was a couple of Christmases ago, and we got it. My son and I set it up, and he goes into our kitchen with it. He stands there and he says, "We've got two standing in the kitchen.
We have company."
And I'm like, "Are you serious?" So when I looked at the SLS, and there are two figures on the SLS in our kitchen.
That's
Yeah, it was really cool. I had one touching my hand. I was reaching my hand out. It was touching my hand. It was really cool. So,
yeah, I had an experience like that at Convent Tattoo when we were upstairs, and that with 9 Lives and oh my God, I'm gonna forget her name, but that's okay. It was with
Sophie.
Karen Gale. Oh my Lord, I hope they're not watching. That's embarrassing. They're good friends of ours. But yeah.
When I first opened my SLS up, I opened it up and I take it out, I turn it on, and I put it down. I'm looking, and on the chair next to me, I got a stick figure.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay. I said, hello, how you doing? I think waved at me. I'm like, this is it. I have to, you know. For the people in the audience, SLS is actually the camera from one of the Xboxes that they used to put on the top, that long camera, and it used to pick up people's and as they're playing the game, it would pick up the people's movements, and that's how you play the game. Well, somebody came up and they figured how to use that and use it with a monitor, which is usually a tablet, and they figured out how to get it onto the tablet. So when you see a stick figure and there's nothing there, there's something moving. So that's we use in the paranormal field.
You know what I want somebody to create? I want somebody to take the camera off a Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like copyright or whatever. You can't take that camera. How cool would that be?
Have you seen the videos on that?
Like people
crazy.
going through graveyards or like just a figure in the middle of the street and stuff. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I want to know somebody that's got a Tesla, and I want to put that to test myself.
Right?
I want to see. if it does read it.
That'd be great.
And I want to get out with my SLS at the same time and see if I pick it up.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I agree. What a great idea.
Do you think that would be a good experiment just to see if there's any validity to it?
Right.
Or so you have somebody outside saying there's something here, person inside be videotaping the camera.
Right.
You know? I mean, I would love to do that. I've seen a video with one of those Teslas, and the guy goes, my house has been haunted for years. I never got to see. And he opens his garage door, and it's like 3 people standing. There's 3 figures in his garage. He goes every day. They come and they welcome me.
Wow.
And he
I haven't seen that video. That's cool.
I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I want to know what the Tesla video is.
Yeah, I want to put that to the test. I want to find somebody that has a Tesla, and I want to go through the graveyards, let them pick up something, and then me get out with the SLS and see if I pick up the same thing.
That's a great idea. Maybe even in Gettysburg, I could see that being
false positive from SLS.
useful at Gettysburg too.
I mean, you can get false positives. They can map certain pieces of furniture and stuff like that.
Yeah. Also, you could get on if you're doing it and you got a reflective surface in front of you from just a reflective surface to mirrors or anything. It will pick up your image. Also, it will pick up your shadows. If you have something behind you, it will pick up a shadow. So yes, you can get false positives out of it. But any evidence, any piece of equipment we have, you can get false positive.
Oh, anything.
Anything. So, I mean, it's not foolproof unless you got truth. Like you have a psych there saying, "Hey, look, there's something there," and then you got, and then they swing it there and there's something there, or, everything we use, you have to use your common sense on.
Yeah.
Something that's lacking for a lot of people, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
some of
I
the
mean,
stuff I see put up on
Yeah.
YouTube and all these different platforms, I'm like, what? And they're pointing this thing around. I'm like, okay,
It's a
I'm
coat
not
rack.
sure, but
Yeah. I always say the best tool you can use during the paranormal field is yourself.
mhm.
oh
And
yeah,
what you
Intuition.
feel
That's
when you
my
feel.
thing.
Yep.
And your intuition.
Yep. Your intuition.
That's the best thing you could trust
Yep.
on it. And now with me with drawing it, I've been drawing these things for years, but now I'm sharing it and people are accepting it more. And I'll draw something, and then somebody show me a picture of, like, if I'm in location, and I show them this is the picture I drew, and then they'll show me a picture, like in Shanley. They show me pictures of stuff. I'm like, this is what I saw, and they go, or they have a picture of it, or they say, yeah, somebody else seen that, and or a psychic see it also. At the same time, I'm seeing something.
Yeah, funny
You
you
know?
mentioned that, Anthony, because one of the first times that when we met you at the Haunted Ritz Theater, and I was struck by one of the pictures that you had up displayed, and I literally looked at it and went, "I've seen her here."
Oh, the ones at the yes,
Yeah,
at the Ritz Theater. I've seen a couple. I have about 5 different spirits I've seen there already.
yep.
And
believe it.
that place, it doesn't disappoint.
No,
It really don't.
not at all.
That's one of the good places to go to.
So when did you both start doing paranormal investigating then? Because it sounds like you had the shadow in the house. What did you say, 5 years ago?
5.
About
So
5. Yep.
we've been doing
Yeah.
about 4 years
About
now.
4 years now we've been doing it.
Yeah, I always say paranormal investigating is just a gateway. It's a gateway for sensitives. It's just an excuse for sensitives to just walk into places and just get our little feely fix
Yep.
in a safe group way.
Right, where nobody's judging you.
Right.
Nobody's judging you. It's all
Nobody-
open. We're all happy to hear it, happy to be
Not-
experiencing
not-
it, and then we go home.
Yeah. I mean, the paranormal field, I mean, nowadays it's a little different than when I first started, because a lot more equipment now,
Yeah.
and there's a lot more people doing it, because it's a lot more accepted now than when I first started. And I know when I got into it, I was very young, and I got into it just to prove I wasn't crazy,
Right. Yeah.
that's the reason I got, because I did talk about stuff I wasn't allowed to, but hey, I got to talk. Hey, you can't hold things in. So you got people that think you're crazy and stuff and everything else, and so when I started showing my images, it made me feel a lot better. When now it's accepted than when I first started.
Right.
Yep.
So the paranormal field opened up a lot more now than when I remember when it first started. But
Right.
some of the equipment and everything else, and some of the stuff, people pushing stuff you question. But in anything you do in life, that somebody's going to do something you're going to question anyway. So
That's like a lot of equipment we use has, it reads EMF. So
mhm.
yes, certain things will set it off. Your cell phone, anything electrical.
Yes.
That's why I use the flashlight technique a lot.
Mhm.
It's a basic mini mag light. Nothing electrical or EMF can set that thing off. And I've had people try and debunk it and tell me how it works and how it does. I'm a mechanic. So I would take one and turn it on and set it right here. And it would just, half hour goes by, it will come on. And I'm like, okay, how do you explain that? And then when you ask it to turn it off, and it goes right off.
Yeah.
What's there?
Yeah, they talk about like the heating and cooling of the element, and that's why it goes off and on. And that's great. Maybe that can happen. But when you ask a question and it turns on, and you say, okay, great, can you turn that off? We have another question, and it goes off.
Yeah.
That unless you got a little remote turning up the heat and turning and cooling it off, that's it just we take that for what it is.
Yeah.
Well, when I used to do the
timing and
flashlight one, when I used to do my flashlight one with the little mags, I had 3 different color ones. I had a blue one, a black one, and a red one.
Right.
And I put them next to each other, and I used to say, turn the red one on, turn the black one on, And if I ask a question, like I have yes or no questions,
Right.
I would say red is yes, blue is no, and then black is you're not sure.
Right.
And I used to get answers like the red or the blue will go off all the time.
Yep.
You know? And when it comes to stuff like that, it's like, how can you debunk that?
Right.
It's impossible. Because if I'm telling you to turn on the red one and the red one goes on,
Yep.
yeah, how come the other two didn't go on? I tell you the blue one goes on, the blue goes on, and it worked great, you know?
Yeah, I do that a lot. So
Yeah.
it's
Then
my go-to.
Yeah, as much fancy equipment and the money that we've spent on it.
Yeah,
we
I
go
was
to
just gonna
mag lights.
It's like I was absolutely. I mean, the degree of cost of some of these tools that are out there is wild.
I
Yeah.
just basically use them as guidelines. That's all I use them for. I just, like I said, I use myself and my sensitivity, and you know, I go to flashlights.
Yeah.
And if I get a hit on the flashlights, then hey, you know, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's nice to have all these expensive toys. Because I got a whole room of expensive toys.
Us too.
Us too.
You know what I mean?
They just break
I got stuff I don't use anymore.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just extra stuff to carry. And, you know, they all become the same thing. And when I first started with actually getting equipment, I used to go to Home Depot. Home Depot, and that was it. Home Depot or a local hardware store to get some of the equipment. And you know, and here I'm going to say, I'm a retired electrician, so you know I know different. Yeah, I know. You got 3 already. We're going to be doing a bingo card.
I was going to say, is this our bingo card?
This is the bingo card. Yes, we are checking them off.
So
and that's like you can go buy those little motion lights in Home Depot.
Yes,
you walk past, and they do the same thing.
Yeah, we have a couple of
those that I have those also. I got a set of 6. I used to put them on the steps going up.
Yep.
And oh man, Chrysler Mansion. We heard something down. We were on the 2nd floor on the Chrysler Mansion, and we said, "Who's downstairs? Come on up." The freaking lights went on per step.
Yeah, that's
coming
great.
up to us.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was like it went up, and we were like, "Are you kidding me?"
Defunct that.
Yeah. So
Can't do it.
can't something like that. You can't.
Have you guys ever been to the Samuel Miller Mansion, the My Haunted Manor project in Columbia, PA?
Yeah. I slept overnight there.
Us too. That was one of our first private investigations where we went with a small group of friends. And it's one of the places where I started to trust my instincts better with like my messages. And I had an experience there, and the paranormal host team asked me to explain it. And I told the story, and 3 team members were listening, and they were looking at each other going, should we tell her? Should we tell her? I basically recounted something that 2 other psychics had told almost verbatim. And I was like, well, if that's not validation, I don't know what is. So
that place was wild. That place is wild.
I gotta step away real quick and bring it back.
Okay.
That place, I went there, and it was me and somebody else that slept downstairs, and you know, on cots and stuff. But throughout the night, it was crazy. It was great. That night was, they let me stay upstairs in the room with all the cameras, you know, the monitors and stuff. I was in my glory because I'm a camera person.
Yeah, you're a tech guy.
Oh man, I was like, and I was telling Trey, I said, "You're not going to get me to go home. I'm staying up here tonight. I'm watching that." I thought it was such a great, it's a great idea, and it's something I always wanted to do. Is get a location and be able to monitor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and just monitor it with cameras, you know? And it was like that place there. When I first got there, I walked in, I said something about, you know, and I seen a sailor standing by one of the printing machines, and I drew him, and I told what's his name? I'm bad with names. Guy with the blue. Daryl. I say, Daryl, I'm like, I seen a sailor. And he's like, nobody ever said anything about sailors or somebody in the Navy, because he was dressed in the Navy whites. And he was like, no, it's not. So when I went upstairs and sat behind the monitor, Trey's like, do you want to see? We caught a ghost like a couple of days ago, and you want to check it out? We caught it on camera. It was a group downstairs. And so, yeah, sure. So he's playing it, and you see the lights going out and the thing going across. And you hear the guy say, because the guy was doing EVP session, and he goes, are you the sailor that was here last time we were here? And Trey goes, we never heard that. And Dal jumped up. He goes, you just talked about a sailor. And they never heard. Nobody said anything to him about sailors or anything from the Navy. And so they thought it was cool. So I drew him the picture, and I sent it to them. But
I've seen that picture.
Like a sailor?
I've seen that picture, yes.
And it was crazy how, I just seen something, and that's to me as a sensitive, and my validation that it made me verify that what I seen, somebody else seen.
Right.
The saw. Yeah, the way I talk.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah, I talk
Matter for you.
Yeah, I'm not politically correct neither.
I think Kimm could probably relate to that too. I mean, with being a medium, when you get validation, when you tell a story that you've been told, whether you heard it, you've seen it, you felt it, and somebody else in that location can say, you're not the first person that said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I actually do a lot of my own history research to validate myself, because again, I have repeatedly figured out that places don't tell and don't know the truth and don't know the history, and they haven't done their research. So I did this before even going to locations. What I started doing for myself is I started just going to my own locations by myself, and my husband would film me. And I would record my reading of wherever we were, whether it was a mine, whether it was just a gorge. I mean, it would literally just be a river, and I'm doing a reading, meeting people, dates, names, stuff like that. And then I would do my research and find out if I was off my mark, what I meant to say, or if I was on. So that's actually how I started getting my own validation, and it was invaluable. Right. So, there's many ways to do it. And having somebody else, but here's the thing too. You are different from me, and I'm different from Anthony, and different from all four of us. So even if you do see it and I don't, doesn't mean it's not there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And just because Anthony sees it and draws it and nobody's ever seen it before, doesn't mean it's not valid, because not all spirits, some spirits are pretty free to roam, not all of them. And not only roam on this plane, but they can roam and come down as a free spirit, visit, say hello, and go back. They may never have been there before, but they're there now, or a new item is coming. So anyway, it's great to hear the validation. It's also, I love it when it goes on the devices too. Like when you get a name and then it's like, oh, the name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I think that's one of my favorites. Like that's one of the things that makes me really giddy.
Me too, as you can see.
It comes through and you're like, yes. But it leads me to a question. It's something that happened. We were in Gettysburg at the field hospital. There's a farm there, and I wish I could remember the name of it. That was used as a retreat for the retreating army as one of their stopping points. And we were in the house, and it was, turns out it was a colonel. We were using a portal.
And we were using the rope lights.
And yes, he was injured. He did not die there. He made it home to Tennessee and lived the rest of his life. And so I said, then why are you here? Like, why would you come back here if you are at peace and buried where you came from with your people? And of course, you don't get a direct answer, but I started asking questions like, is it because we call you? Is it
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you heard
Yes.
us asking for something. And
Yeah.
it basically said, yes, that's how it works.
Yes.
And so that's something I'm kind of testing now in certain locations to see if I can get that validation in other places now.
Yeah.
Yes. So one of the ways that when I'm at a location and I read a location, I will always ask, is there anybody who wants to come forward to communicate with me about this location? Because I want to know about the place really and who's there and whatever. And completely agree with you, April. I have, not every time, sometimes they come in. It's kind of like if I was doing a one-on-one reading with somebody, you know, that spirit communication comes from above and they come into the space to communicate you. And then the communication ends where it's a totally different source of the information than if it's like an entity that's more like bound to the location or something like that. That source comes from like here.
Right.
So I totally know what you're talking about. Love this.
Then you get the ones that you're in some place or even your home, the ones that are passing through.
Yeah.
Because they know you
Visitors. I call
They
them.
see your lighthouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like,
And
oh,
they're
wait.
like, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's
visitors.
really wild.
You're
when
like,
you
spread the curtains.
Yeah, they're like, wait, can she hear me?
Yes,
I'm
I
going
can
in
hear
there.
you. What would you like?
Yeah. I mean, I those I call visitors because I get them all the time.
Yeah.
And they're not here all the time, but they visit me.
Yeah.
They stop in.
Years ago, I used to be nervous and scared of them, but now I'm just like, you know, it's now I just like, and then Kim knows it does. I'm sitting there, I see something, I say, come on, join me, sit down. And sometimes I do feel the couch go down, you know, and it's weird. And I was like, watch TV with me. So the visitors, they do that. Or the people that sometimes you get stragglers that follow you home.
Yeah, it happens occasionally.
We had one.
So
Yeah. What was that, Ron? You had one happen?
We had one, yes. Yeah, we had one follow us home.
Yeah, tell us about it.
We were at Trans-Allegheny last year, and we had come back. About 2 weeks later, April had went to London with my sister and a group of other women. All week long when she was gone, it was my son and I in the house. And everywhere I went in the house, I had a feeling that someone was watching me. Something was here with me. So last night before she had come home, I put it to the test again. I took a flashlight and I set it on top of her recliner, facing the other way so it wouldn't blind me. And I let it sit there. I didn't ask nothing. And about 10 or 15 minutes go by, that light comes on. And I said, okay. I said, that is you standing by that recliner. Can you turn that light back off? I have never had a response with a flashlight so incredible. That light went off. And I said, okay. I said, you know, do you belong here? Nothing. And I said, all right. I said, do we know you? The light came on. And I said, okay, can you turn it back off? It went off. I said, all right. So I started running through names of my family, her family, who could have been passing through. And I said, yeah, I said, have you been the one following me all week? And that light came on. And I said, can you turn it back off? And I'm getting direct answers. And I'm like, all right. Well, after running through the names, I didn't know who. So I really didn't want to know, but I asked a question anyway. I said, are you someone that followed us home? And that light came on. And I said, okay, can you turn it back off? It went off. I said, you are not welcomed here. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from. None. I'm shutting this conversation down. So she had come home and she did a couple things and it's no longer here. So
yeah.
We did have one follow us home, yes.
You know, it wasn't
That's
anything
crazy.
It wasn't anything dark or evil. It was just something that decided to hitch a ride.
Yeah. Sure.
Just wanted to be heard.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
You know,
we got a question. Have you seen any aliens or UFOs on any investigations? Because I know all the things I've been inside and outside and stuff, I have seen stuff. So, have you seen anything?
I have not seen anything. No.
Never
No.
seen an alien that I know of.
No.
We have a friend who we have an old friend from a previous life. She claimed that she was abducted by UFOs multiple times. She is even a subject in a book that was written by a college professor. I don't say I'm not naive enough to think that we are the only intelligent beings in the universe,
Sure.
galaxy, everywhere. I'm not that naive. But I have not had occasion to make that kind of confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't either on the locations. I've communicated with beings that are not human, even human spirits, and seen like land spirits, like elementals and things like that. But
Elementals.
yeah, but I've never had like an alien or extraterrestrial encounter at a location.
No.
Nah, me neither.
I've seen UFO. I seen one of those when I was a kid. And I have seen cryptics also on different locations for a while. I've been doing it a while, so a lot. You're inside, outside, and like I said, I seen like cryptics and stuff. So, I mean, if you go to certain locations, you might see it, like the Pine Barrens. If you go down there,
We live here.
We live here.
you might just see. So I mean, if you look at the sky, sometimes you might see. I mean, right now there's so much stuff going around in the sky. You don't know what it's, if it's a satellite or
it's a plane. 90% of it in New Jersey is a plane. It's not even a star. It's a plane.
Right.
It's not drones.
Well,
Yes.
we had drones.
We had drones for a while.
Well, we did too, I guess, but I never saw them really.
Oh, we did.
They would fly over our house.
Oh,
They were flying right over our neighborhood.
oh,
For a good
I seen one or two in Queens over here, but Jersey, you guys got bombarded with those things.
Oh, yeah.
There
Yeah,
were at
it's
one
weird.
point there were over a dozen that you could see just
Oh,
out
wow.
from our yard.
Yeah.
That was
crazy.
pretty wild.
Hello.
Yeah, that's I was waving at them.
Hey,
also-
what's up there?
I was also doing things that weren't quite as polite as waving.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, hey,
Yeah, one
Nice
finger. You're number one. Salute.
you want to see the bird?
Yep.
Bird is
Hey,
the word.
hey, are you guys near Atzian Mansion? Do you know where that is?
We're
In the
not
Pine-
that
We're
far.
not that far from there.
Cool.
Yeah, we're not that far.
I went camping over there. I guess it's a state campground there. And then I did a reading at that house there, which was amazing. And then we went down and hiking along the river and stuff like that and kayaking. It was awesome. We loved it.
Yeah,
Super-
Atzon's always been a favorite place. I used to go there all the time when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know, Sophia's in the audience.
I'm sorry.
Sophia's in the audience.
Oh, she is?
Sophie, yeah.
Okay.
Hi,
Oh,
Sophie.
yeah.
Oh,
Sophia, am I saying
Yes,
it right?
Sophia.
Yeah,
Sophia. Yes.
I don't destroy everybody's name. I said your name's right, didn't I?
Yes, you
yes,
did.
yes, you did.
So
Okay,
if we
see?
could, I'd love to give a shout out to Sophia Westcott and the Convent Tattoo and Piercing Studio in Deptford, New Jersey. That has kind of become our home base, so to speak. We've been working with, so 9 Lives took us there. Quite coincidentally, quite active. We were supposed to go to an investigation at Penhurst that was canceled. And we got into 9 Lives that was hosting at the convent. And that was about 9 months ago. And now we practically live there with Sophia and her haunted objects. And we've learned so much about that type of communication now. Working one-on-one with spirits, which I find probably the most fascinating thing I've done to date.
Yeah.
Oh, any updates on our friend on the dragons?
So yes, the dragon is
Oh.
still very active.
Oh.
It's still very talkative.
Yes.
He's there are some pretty interesting things that will come of that.
It's just-
He does not like me.
He doesn't like Ron.
Huh.
when I sit in front of him and do a one-on-one with him, he affects me
physically.
Oh, physically. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He makes me
Yeah.
sick to my stomach. I just feel
Yeah.
all kinds of weird. So I just politely back myself out. And, he likes the women more than he likes me. So
Yeah.
Or you're more sensitive and you need to keep your barriers up.
I thought of that too. Yeah, it could be. But yeah, him and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Well, I would hope you wouldn't. He's not one I would want to see eye to eye with.
Well,
Yeah, he's.
I want to know more about him. I'm interested.
Sure.
But
If I had that place as a home base, I'd be not only investigating it, but I'd be inked up even more than I am.
Yeah, you would.
I'd be having more ink on me. You kidding me? I couldn't go in there piercing all over and stuff.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be upside down, but we
got ghost tattoos at Christmas
you
time.
can't see it. It's
Oh,
terrible.
nice.
We
I
got ghost
love
tattoos at
that.
Christmas.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Sophie kind of took us in as her house investigators. And like I said, we have learned a lot from Sophie on how to work on that side of it. It's pretty interesting. And some of the things you come across, it really is.
So are you guys are you familiar with the Hollow Paracon and Film Fest?
Yeah, I'm giving a class there in Spirit Art.
You're giving a class.
You're giving a class.
Sophie's also giving a class. We'll also be there. And the dragon will debut at the Hollow along with Wyatt. Yay.
Oh, that is
out.
exciting. I know
His
we
first
last
public
talked
appearance.
with Sophie. She wasn't sure yet. So you guys were going to do some more teasing out to see if it would be okay or not. So glad to hear that. That's fun. That's
He's
interesting.
definitely going to be there.
So Sophie
cool.
has generously decided that so I'm going to leak it now, Soph. There will be a documentary that we've done at the convent that we'll be showing at the Film Fest for the Hollow.
Awesome.
And
That sounds
it
great.
was it was really interesting during filming, especially when we were doing our interviews. We had to stop and start interviews because the ghosts were like trying to get in on it. There was stuff, there were noises and interference and just stuff happening that we actually had to stop and start interviews multiple times. Each of us did.
Yeah.
Really like creepy crap that even we weren't. It was like, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This was at the tattoo parlor? This was at the shop?
Yep. It was at the shop.
Where were you guys filming?
In the basement.
In the basement.
Oh.
Yeah. We did the interviews in the
I
basement.
get that.
Yes.
Understood.
So we did a little, it's kind of a documentary, but it's really dark. And it's just about the experiences and what you can expect when you come there. So
what we have seen there, what we've heard there. So
yeah, I was supposed to get down there, but for some reason I couldn't get down there. So we were supposed to do the investigation down there.
yeah, we were there that night.
We were there that
you weren't
night.
able to come.
I'm not sure. I think I might have been sick
Tara.
that time.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the night you were there, Kim.
Yeah, and I was actually also going to ask: has the Bible and the Bible's not Wyatt? Is Wyatt the Bible, or is no Wyatt's the one that's on top of the piano or something like that on the corner?
Yes, Wyatt is in the little blue suit on the table.
Yeah. Did because we opened the Bible that night.
We did.
You opened the Bible.
Kara was not allowed to touch it.
You opened it. Any changes on the energy of that since it was opened?
Don't know that there's a correlation between that and the things that are happening. More pieces to that estate have arrived.
Oh.
So Sophie's been working with that. We've also been working with that. Yeah. I don't want to give too much away because we may do some more filming for that. But yes, there's definitely some new stuff happening.
A few things have changed. Yes.
Yes. And it's gotten a little bit thicker. Maybe that's the right word?
Yeah, denser, thicker. Yeah, I get that. I
Yes.
understand that.
Heavier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thickerer.
Thickerer.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I said this on the show because we had Sophie on the show not so long ago too. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. When I went down there and I saw the dragon on the table there, I mean, every single boundary border I could even manifest in myself immediately went up. I mean, and I have never done that before in a location. It was just like, no, like absolutely not. For you, absolutely not. And I had to keep that because it was, yeah, the energy coming off of that is no joke.
Yeah, he draws your attention right to him.
Yeah.
We're still not sure it's male, by the way.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I mean, just in general, like as we've kind of been through this, we're not sure that it actually has a gender. The energy, I think, might be genderless.
Right.
It's we kind of think it's a jinn, but it's a jinn that's more than a jinn.
I don't know. They just want to battle everything.
A jinn is more than a jinn.
Yeah, he's
interesting.
definitely a lot to handle.
Yeah.
But it's been very interesting. It's been a very interesting education in the way that we handle that. Yeah, wait till the sister wives arrive. It's going to get crazy.
The sister wives.
So there's the estate that the Bible is connected to. That gentleman had 3 wives.
Oh.
One of them is already there. 2 more are on the way.
So he had 3 wives all at the same time, or 3 wives separately?
All at the same time.
Same time.
Based on his religion, he had multiple wives.
Okay.
And
how can a guy have more than 1 wife? A guy can barely afford 1 wife.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
I don't even understand how people have kids. How do people afford kids? I don't.
Yeah,
dogs are expensive enough.
I know.
The other spirits were going to start calling him the devil.
Ooh, I think
fine.
See, and I'm not going to address him that way.
Yeah.
But I can understand he's very very domineering in the space. He's all about being the big alpha in that space.
Yeah. He commands the attention.
Yeah.
And I always thought this was one devil. Spell it say it backwards.
Lived.
So what's that telling you? Is it bad?
Wow, I never thought of it that way. I
Me
mean,
either.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, that's not
I've been doing that for
great.
years. Devil, but it says live backwards. So what does that mean if you put it, you lived a good life?
Yeah.
Are you the devil?
Probably.
Yeah.
Organized religion.
If you lived a good life on earth, that means you've consumed everything, a good life, quote unquote.
Right.
You broke every
Consumed
deadly little sin there.
made millions of dollars. Yeah, I would consider that being not very good in general.
Devilish.
Yeah. You lived a life and you broke every the 7 sins. So hey. Now we're getting deep there. We're giving the audience something to think about.
I do want to address Tara.
I'm just going to have to go 1 second. I'll be right back.
Tara said, but now is it bound to earth? So we're still not sure if it can travel freely or if it is bound to its vessel. As far as what we think is that it does have the ability to leave its vessel and roam, but we think that it is bound to this realm, if that clears that up a little bit. Because we're not sure if it was conjured or if it's ancient. So that's one of the things that Sophie works on when she works with this particular spirit, is trying to figure out those things. but it's not very forthcoming. It's very secretive.
Okay, I haven't been there. So what is it bound to? Is this bound to what you call the dragon, or is
Yes,
it? Okay.
it is. So it's
So
bound.
what is a dragon? It's an actual figure of a dragon, or is this just a name? What
It's
is it?
just a name.
It's
It's just a name.
Yeah, it's bound to a doll.
So down. Okay. So
Yeah,
if that doll is destroyed in any which way, is that going to still stay here and take another vessel?
That's the
Or-
belief for
Yeah.
this one in particular.
Mhm,
Especially if it's not conjured.
mhm.
So what we've learned and what Sophie has taught us is that conjured spirits in a vessel, they were put there. That's where they live, so to speak, right? That's their base.
Mhm.
They are much more tied to this realm without any real free will to leave the realm,
Mhm.
right? Go to other planes of existence. If this particular entity is more of an ancient that's been around for a really long time, then those rules don't apply. So destroying the vessel would not have any influence over its existence.
Sophie just rolled Draco.
Draco.
Which
And
is
she
ancient
brought that up when she was
dragon.
on the show. And do you know that's the name of Dracula,
hmm
and that is the name of a dragon.
Yes.
So it's it all goes back to it is a dragon
Right.
by that name.
So the night Kim was there, somebody actually got it. I don't remember, but it was like a mother and daughter. They were really late. They had the flat tire. They got there really late,
Mhm.
and she had her spirit talker on, and she was downstairs, and she got I am Draco.
Oh, wow. Oh, my
And
God.
after that, the portal said table,
Mhm.
Ooh.
and he was not out that night.
He was encased.
He was encased.
Okay.
So he was telling when the word table came through, a few of the investigators that were there that night didn't know what that meant.
Mhm.
I knew what it meant. He wanted to be on the table out in the open.
Then Rob was like, "Nope, you're not coming out
No.
tonight."
You're not coming out.
You're staying in there.
You're staying in
Yes.
there while we're all here.
Wow.
Yeah, I
That's
knew what it meant.
interesting. That's
I am
very-
Draco, like all three of those words together. That's pretty impressive. That's not, I mean, is Draco even in the word bank of some of these things? Like, that's so specific.
Yep. That's one. And again, that's one of those things. It's like
Yeah.
direct response to. And then
Right.
it also,
Right.
we were talking about Wyatt. And a lot of times we'll ask Wyatt, like, Wyatt, if that's you, what's your favorite curse word? Well, it said his favorite curse word. And she was like, it's never done that before. Like, it's never said that before.
Mhm.
Yep. Welcome to convent tattoo.
That's what exactly what we said.
Welcome to the conference.
Welcome to the convent. Draco is a constellation too. Could be. I'm not real good with stars.
Yeah, all I can think about is Draco Malfoy when I hear it, but that's just
My daughter says the same thing.
aging me there. So
Yeah, a lot of things have changed at the shop.
oh,
It's gotten a little heavier at some times, especially in the basement at times. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
heavier. I can't even imagine it being heavier.
Oh, yeah, it's heavier. It's gotten heavier at times.
I mean, you're also getting new objects in there too, so you could be bringing more stuff in, and the ones that are powerful there now, that they might be absorbing in the energy of stuff that's brought in also.
Right.
So that's where the more of the power, because it'll absorb anything that's strong. If it's ancient, if there's an ancient there,
Mhm.
he will absorb all the energy of all the other spirits to give him the strength, because he's the one that's in charge.
Yes.
Right.
Okay,
And we think
so
you might
he
be a
will
little
absorb it.
bit of a paranormal vampire kind of a thing going on. So if you just reminded me, we just did an Estes last week. And I got Drake, I got I am Draco came through over the Estes.
That's
Um,
crazy.
So that was pretty wild.
And it's Draco, so like Dracula, that's how they got the name Dracula and stuff like that. And it's a bloodsucker. This is an energy sucker. So it's based on the same thing.
Right.
So yeah. So if you're getting more, whatever's strong is going to get stronger. It's just going to absorb the weaker spirits.
Well, like I said, he does affect me when I sit in front of him to try and communicate with him. It's like sucking the energy right out of me.
Yeah.
And he'll talk to Ron for like maybe 2, 3, 4 questions, and then Ron starts to get sick.
I start to feel all kinds of sickness. Yeah, I got to walk away.
The last time,
a lot of water.
The last time he did it, I was sitting in front of him. We had another group of people there. Now I'm sitting in front of him, and I started feeling like pains, like in my left side of my stomach. One of the word bags come through, and it said the word pain. So I was like, okay, well, that is you. I guess that's you. So I'm going to step out. So yeah, it was pretty.
Drink a lot of water when that happens. Drink a lot of water, because the water will give you a little bit of the absorb. Because what they're doing is drawing your energy out. When they're drawing your energy out, they also taking the moistness out of your skin. That's part of your energy, and it will. So just drink. Make yourself very, just drink a lot of water to bring back whatever they're drawing out of you. Because if you're in a room and you ever feel like spirits coming in and it gets cold,
right?
Because they're absorbing the heat out of the room, because that's their energy. They'll draw the heat, and the room will start getting cold because the heat is gone.
Right.
So it's the same purpose as if they're taking the energy out of you, because they're dehydrating you.
Right.
So you make sure you drink a lot of water when stuff like that happens.
I notice if we don't hydrate and snack, because you got to keep
Snacking is so important.
Literally a salty, sweet, protein,
meaty
water, and caffeine. Right? It's like that's the paranormal picnic basket.
Yeah.
I notice that if I don't do that during the course of the night, that the paranormal hangover the next day is 10 times worse.
Yeah, when you leave there, lately when we've been leaving there and coming home, the next day I just feel like I am totally drained.
Yeah.
I don't have energy whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
We're getting older now too.
Yeah. Oh,
it doesn't help.
I'm young.
And hot.
Well, yes. I try and keep myself young.
I got you by quite a few years. So
one of the tactics I'll use to not feel, because I totally know what you both are talking about, that energy and have the feeling of it within the body, is I try and keep a mental energetic distance. So like, even though our energy spaces can sort of still be interacting, but I'm like, no, my communication is this distance. So when you give me answers, we do it from like here. I don't need your answer. I don't need the answer in here, within me. Like, give me the answer out there. We can still do the communication. I can hear you. Like, don't worry. We don't have to merge, really. We can do it out there.
I might need a couple of lessons on that, Kim.
Well, it is a different way to communicate. Often it is taught, you merge and you blend. Like, that's a very common mediumship practice. And I'm going to tell you, it's great if Aunt Betty is coming into a mediumship session and you're just blending and merging with lovely Aunt Betty, who's just letting you know how much she loved you and wants to be with you. And she left you old cookies in the drawer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're at locations where you don't know what's there, you don't know what's there, you don't know who wants to communicate, who wants to take energy, experience you inside. Like, so at location, I do keep a pretty firm boundary. I can still communicate and feel, but it's outside. It's not so much a blending.
Yeah, we set our boundaries too when we go on locations.
Yeah.
We set our intents, what we're there for. So,
hi, Drop Paranormal. We miss you too.
Miss your smiles. Aw. Nice.
So you go to a lot of places, and I know the convent. That's your bias. But all the places you've been to, which one is besides the convent? Like you probably and well now we know it's probably gonna be Penhurst. But where's your go-to place? No,
I think our favorite place is probably Tala.
Yeah, Tala, Trans-Allegheny.
yeah, that's mine.
Yeah,
I can't wait to go back.
yeah,
the
we're
end
going
of
back
May.
in May.
That's
What about it? What do you guys like
9-9,
about it
going
so
with
much?
them?
Yes, we're going with them.
That's the Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I was invited to that one also. I was
Yes.
gonna go, but I got to pick and choose now because the cash is not there anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
What do we
Yeah.
like about it? I like the history of the building. I like the building itself.
Yeah, the architecture is just
It's
mind
a
blowing.
beautiful
Oh
building.
yes.
Mm.
They just to look at that place, it's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
it's pretty
And
interesting.
The main building. I mean, I got so much great evidence. Because I go off on my own in the darkest areas, and I got stuff. I got things thrown at me, and I got on my body cam. You can see it coming and hitting me, and I was in. But my one of my meters were going off, and I'm like, "Will you stop? Will you stop?" And it stopped, and then I turned away and went off again. I said, "Okay, now I'm looking. Stop," and it stayed off. I mean, I got so much stuff there. Somebody coughing, and I was in this area by myself.
Yeah, we got a bunch of whistling going through the halls.
Mm.
We had hand clapping.
Like,
Like, where's that coming from? Oh,
that
yeah.
was in the Civil War area
Yeah.
of
Yes.
the building.
Oh, I got something there too.
April had an experience. April.
We were on the tour, and for those of you that haven't been there, or when you go on the tour, you're not allowed to film.
Okay.
I still wish I had thought to pull out my phone and try anyway. But so
What body cams are about?
we go. Our tour guide takes us into this room, and as I go to step into the room, I'm the last one to step in, and something catches my eye. So I'm looking down a very long hallway to what appears to be an old nurse's station, and I see a shadow going from this side to this side, and I'm just standing there in total awe, jaw on the floor. And there were 9 of us that went, and one of our friends, she came out, she'd heard enough. She stepped out into the hallway, and all she sees is me staring. So knowing what we know, she stood behind me. She's like 6 foot tall. So she stood behind me, and the next thing I know, she's doing this and pointing. I'm like, nodding my head. Nobody, we don't talk. One by one, everybody starts coming out, and they see us staring. Everybody saw this, including the tour guide.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
We saw it for like 15 minutes.
Like
Just
15
walk
minutes.
back and forth.
Like it was prepping meds or something. It was as a nurse that my mind went to.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about the Civil War section.
Yes.
Because we see something similar to that too.
Yeah.
I was there with Chris and Audra, and we went there, and I had my camera set up, and there's something going back and forth. He's seen it and I seen it because Chris is sensitive also, and it was like crazy. Then we like, wow, and there's a room on the side where there's looks like a kitchen, would have like big soup things.
Yep.
So we went in there, and Audra's on because I got it on film, and Audra goes, how do we get out of here? How can you tell me? And then you hear no out.
Really?
I got an EVP on my camera. That's why I like my cameras. I got video and audio. That's all I need. I don't need to carry 15 different recorders and everything else. I got it on my cameras.
That's why we bought the body cam.
The body cam is nice.
That's
it's important. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just downloading mine the other day. And I just downloaded the front one. I got to see what you guys are doing behind me as I'm walking.
I had nothing to do with it.
I was an angel.
We'll see. We'll see we'll see. I know Jenny was making faces behind me the whole time. So I had the body cam in the front, the one in the back, and then later on I carried my camera. But I also had the digital, the full spectrum, and I had another night vision camera that I was operating, which gave me a lot of trouble. It was like weird. All of a sudden, like I'm looking down the hall, and so it looks like something goes from left to right, and it's like static, but it's only static going as it's going.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. I never seen that before.
It interferes with electronics.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. So I got to do a lot more reviews and downloads and stuff. But
yeah, we got to download our stuff. We haven't done that yet either. So
yeah, I still got stuff in my car. I parked my car in the garage and I'm going upstairs.
That's what we do.
You know what I mean? I did take up my cameras because I don't like my cameras. I can't afford to replace any of them anymore. So I bring them up. You know, they're too sensitive for the outside and stuff. So I bring them up, but I left everything else in the car. I was like, I get that later on, whatever. You know. But yeah, that was a fun time.
So the you said the tour guide saw it too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Have they ever seen that spirit in that? Whoa. Because I'm like, that's a crazy residual. If it would be like
in the Civil War area, we heard the clapping. She has never heard that before either.
She's like, whistling, yes, clapping is new.
That was new. And I'm like,
clapping is new.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's a residual imprint, but
yes,
that's the longest residual imprint that I've ever heard of being captured.
Longest one, us too. And I mean, I never took my eyes off of it.
Yep.
I was fascinated.
Great place. That's great. You ever go to our West Virginia Penitentiary?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Maybe next year.
If you go there, don't go on the tours if you can.
Nah, we like to
go private.
Yeah.
I mean, I went on a tour the one time and people go camping out in like the best sections, and they're camping out there all night. I've been there like twice already. And you know, and the one time we went with the tour because we was just only like 3 of us could go.
Yeah, we definitely find that public investigations are so contaminated.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind if that's the only way I can get into a location. I'm still going to go.
Yeah.
And try to have, the best experiences that we can. Just a lot of time you don't get good footage, you don't get good audio, but you get the experience of being there. So
yeah, you still get the feels.
We've also learned to how everybody asks questions. Did you die here? How did you pass away?
Yeah.
We have changed that whole thing for us. We asked them, what was your favorite color? What did you like to eat?
Yeah, you got to think outside the box.
Yeah,
right.
Think outside that.
Even in in Dean's room, I'm not going to go up there and ask him about that. I want to go ask him, does he want to color? Do you want to play ball?
Yeah.
Do you want to sing?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to relive their most traumatic episodes over and over again.
Right. You're right.
And that's where
some of these places with all these lights and whistles and stuff, I feel like places like that, when they see you coming with all these things in your hand, all these gadgets and stuff, they're afraid because that's what the doctors used to go in there and do experiments on them with all these gadgets, these lights, these whistles, whatever. And you walk in, all these wires hanging and everything, and they're walking in. These spirits are not going to come to you.
No.
Okay?
I agree.
And if you go in there with a toy or something else that they may enjoy, like the cat ball and stuff like that, there's something that they relate to more than because they might think you're one of those people coming in to hurt them.
Right.
Experiment on them. So
I always introduce myself as a nurse when I go in. And I tell them that I work in a place very similar to this many, many years later, and that, people are treated very differently now. And, we're much more aware of the things that brought you to this place and how that is, it's not taboo anymore. We don't hide it away like we used to. And I find especially the younger ones tend to gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
If you're in pain, I can help you. Do you want to come and sit with me at Penhurst?
Yeah.
During Paracon, they were doing a flashlight session in one of the basements, and we happened by, and we're standing in the circle observing, and they were like, if anybody has any questions and whatnot. And I kind of started asking some questions, and it started popping. They like invited, please come and sit down. Like, you're getting stuff. And I had him sit in my lap. This child came and sat in my lap. I literally felt that sit in my lap. Got it on the SLS. And he just wanted like parental attention. That's the best way I can. And, to feel that. And we were there for probably a good 25, 35 minutes with this group of people that we'd never met before. And I was like, look, I'm going to go. I didn't mean to hijack your session. And they're like, you didn't hijack a thing. It was great.
Yeah.
So,
they weren't.
You see how I do mine when I went up to the bed and I started asking questions and stuff. Like you said, you got to think outside the box. You talk to them like you talk to a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? If the floor wasn't so dirty, I would have probably jumped on that floor.
Yeah, but it was really grubby down there.
I would have jumped
maybe
on the
not.
floor. Because children, as a nurse, if you want to talk to a child, you go down to their level. You don't have them looking up at you.
Yep.
Right.
Go down to their level. And that's how you talk to children. That's how I brought up my kids, and I'm bringing up my, not bringing up, but that's how I treat my grandson. The way I would treat my kids, you go down to their level, and that's how you talk to kids. And they appreciate that more. And, if that floor wasn't so dirty, I would have been on that floor. Or even the bed. If I thought the bed was going to hold me, I would have sat in the bed.
You and me both, Anthony.
That bed was kind of like, I don't know. That bed looked like kind of dirty also. It looked like there was kind of stains on there. I don't think I want for my get near.
Maybe not.
Yeah. I never know what that is.
We got some really cool evidence in that room that night. It was fun. It was actually fun.
Yeah. Well, Jenny and I went with them, and we did the the candy room?
Candyland.
Yes.
Candyland. Yeah, and Candyland is where that's where the children were.
Was their playroom.
It's their playroom.
It was their playroom.
Was their playroom.
Wow.
They draw on the walls
over and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's murals on the
wall.
wall.
I would imagine it was probably pretty active.
Yes.
Yes. That night it was. Now, we have been there before, and we never got the activity like we did that night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we got some, but not as active.
There's always been a group of people in there with us. So, when you got a group of people in there, they don't want to act. They want to hide.
Yeah.
We had what, 5 people in there that night?
Yeah, I think there were 5.
Yeah.
We got a lot of
activity. And you two and your friend there.
Yeah,
Stacy, I think it is. Yeah, Stacy.
Yeah, lovely.
We had her playing the Mickey Mouse Club theme.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, music is so good on investigations.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you figure, with Mickey Mouse, that's something they probably heard.
Yes. And we sang the song.
We did sing the song.
April and I do a duet.
A duet?
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse song. Donald Duck and everything.
And we didn't bring this as evidence. I am a little.
We had body cams on.
I had to download my body camera. It could be on my body camera.
All right. Well, I would love to see this.
Yes, it could be on my body camera.
Yeah, because it's true. I mean, I know my grandson and my kids used to love when I used to sing their songs to them. Yeah. And my grandson now.
Yeah, music is so powerful.
Yep.
And, and we watch these shows. You watch them so much now. It's like, the words to everything, Wheels on a Bus and everything else. I'm like, So when those come on, I sing along, and he's like smiling at me, and he's like, and then he starts, because he doesn't talk sentences yet. He says words. So he'll go on, he'll say the word, and, and he's just trying to do sentences. But it's like, that's how the way you treat people in life. It's the way you treat spirits. That's how I always felt.
I find that if you go into a place, especially Penhurst, and not even just Candyland, but if you act like that any place in that area, any of them buildings, you normally get a lot of evidence coming through. Just, get on their level, Yeah.
That's cool. That was interesting. I like that place. But if you go to West Virginia Penitentiary, Candyland is a different entity. It's not where they put kids.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, is it like was where the spirit where all the prisoners had their free time,
Okay.
and they call Candyland because they used to do other things there. Enough said.
Yeah,
Enough said.
Enough said.
Enough said.
So,
That's it. I'll never get out of my head. Thanks, Anthony.
yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep it at least
PG.
PG 18. What is it? CC 17. You know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I mean,
we had a fun weekend.
So where are you guys off to next?
Yeah.
Where are we off to next? Off to next, we are headed to London. We're going to do a little bit of things over in London.
Oh, nice.
And
Paranormal or just vacation?
both.
Both.
Woo!
Yeah,
So
we're going to try and hit some like cemeteries and stuff like that over there.
yeah,
Oh,
we're doing
that's
I'm going to
London.
go do Castle.
Well, we're doing London for 4 days, and then we go to Edinburgh, Scotland for 4 days.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
yeah.
And so in London, there's the Hillgate Cemetery.
Oh,
Yes, so we're gonna try to get to Hillgate. It's about an hour from the hotel.
well, that's wow.
Doable.
I know you go on vacation. I know I go on vacation. My wife's not into it. And I'll go on vacation. I'll bring some equipment or something, or and you just wander off. I'll be back later. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring too much with me because getting to the airport with all that stuff,
Yeah.
I want it packed in my luggage. So yeah, I don't want to be stopped and going through the metal detectors and digging through my suitcase and stuff.
Security
Yeah, or
already.
even having to give it to them.
Yeah,
If they don't
yeah.
understand what it is. I'd be
Yeah.
like, no.
What's this?
The security already stops me when I go through anyway, the way I look. So
I mean,
Oh,
you have to use your cell phone.
Yeah.
I use
Yeah,
my
you use
cell
your
phone, and people are like, "Oh, you don't use it." Shut up.
yeah.
Yeah.
If
gotta
you're not
record
using
on
any
your cell
equipment,
phone.
use your cell phone.
Yep.
You know these people like, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that." Keep your rules to yourself.
Yep.
Exactly.
You don't realize how idiotic that sounds.
Yeah.
You know,
No, my
With your
way
cell
is the
phone,
only
you got
way.
recorders. Use your cell phone. Hey,
Right. I am going to bring the body camera, so I'll have that over there with me.
yeah.
So
They
if we
got the
do get
body
anything,
camera. You might bring a hand recorder. A recorder. Don't bring too much.
I'm going to bring a couple flashlights. That's all. So
So
awesome.
I mean, it don't need much. Investigations doesn't need all these
No.
fancy things.
Your instincts.
You go in with a dowsing rod if you want, or a pendulum and something like
Right.
that too.
Mhm.
You know,
I love doing investigating overseas because the feel is so different.
Yeah.
It's just the layers are just different. The land is different. The culture is different. So the whole feel of it, you're going to have is this your first time going overseas? Tapping in?
Her second, my first.
Okay, cool. It's just get all the feels with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
When I first,
Let the dog out.
I went last year, I think I was 4 weeks. I had 4 weeks notice to take this trip. We were out with my sister-in-law and she was talking about her girls trip. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we're going to London." And I half jokingly went, "I'm going to go to London." And she's like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "No, I'm not going to hold my way into your girls trip." She's like, "No, seriously, if you want to go, I can get you in." And I looked at him and I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I want to go."
yeah.
So it was, and I mean, I already had a passport because I had been to Aruba. So I was like, "Yep, I have passport. We'll travel." So we did last year on a girls' trip, and I couldn't wait to take him this year.
Yeah.
We're also in Edinburgh. They do an underground haunted. They call it a paranormal tour of the underground tunnels under the city. It
Awesome.
also ends at a very famous old ancient cemetery, Grace Kirkland, where the Black Mausoleum is.
Black Mausoleum.
Yeah, so that's definitely something that
Yeah,
we're
do
doing.
that.
Like, we paid for that. That's a side quest we're all doing.
That's
Um,
awesome.
So yeah, and then I did not get to do Tower of London last year. So we're gonna do it him and I are going to do this year.
London, that's one of the things I would love to go see too.
Yeah.
What is the Tower of London?
That is where the beheadings took place.
Oh,
and what's her name? The famous queen
Anne Boleyn.
in Berlin. How she was beheaded right in front of there.
oh,
Thanks, Mary Beth, for that information about Hellgate.
oh.
Yeah, she said you can't get very far. You can't go in too far. Yeah, everything's expensive everywhere. That we planned for this. We planned this trip 6 or 7 months ago. So I've just been throwing money in the vacation fund. Every couple, every paycheck.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
The change jar, we already rolled like $300 worth of change. So
I love that.
I'm going to ask you a question. Since Jenny's not here, she always asks a question. She goes, on investigations, what is your go-to snacks?
I think you kind of already said it, but maybe not. Let's do explicitly. Yeah. What are your snacks?
Because Jenny's not here, so let's answer her question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we like pretzels.
Mm.
Pretzels are definitely a go-to. That salty and crunchy.
Love pretzels.
I like peanut butter crackers because I like the protein.
Okay.
Mm.
And then chocolate bars, like that's my favorite. And I love a Milky Way or a Snickers. This time we had
Little cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
Little tasty cakes.
And then usually we have, water, iced tea, and something caffeinated like a Monster. Like we like the Monster Javas because I don't like the Monster. The other ones smell like toxic waste and I can't get them past my nose. But I like the coffee flavored ones.
I know exactly what you're talking about, April. I'm like, this is not digestible. Why are we eating this?
This is not consumable. This is nuclear waste.
Why am I
Anthony.
And then, if it's really long night, then a 5-hour, little 5-hour energy shot.
Wow.
That's our go-to stuff.
Nice.
Kim, did you ask your question?
Did I ask my kind of? Well, you kind of did already.
Did I? Okay, I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not, but so what I usually ask everybody is, those of us in the paranormal, we always, we go to a lot of places, right? We investigate a lot of places. We might go back once or twice just to get a little bit more info, but there's always that place that calls you. Like there's that place that for some reason you can't get it out of your mind. Even though you went to another place last week, you're still thinking about this place and you always are planning on going back. Is there a place that kind of fits?
We can tell you this exact place.
Yeah.
It's the convent.
It's the convent.
Yeah.
It used to be Penhurst, which still has that hold in that draw for us.
Mm.
But literally, I can't, we haven't been to the convent in over a week. I'm jonesing.
Yeah.
It's calling me going, hey, when are you coming back?
There's something about that place that when I come home from there, it's just, I start thinking about the things that are going on. What's there? Who can I communicate with this time?
Mm.
And it's just, it draws you right back.
That
I get that. Yeah.
And the living people that work there, they're great people. All of them are great people.
Yeah, that too. They are super great.
It's so enjoyable going there. It's fun.
Because you've only been going there not too long, right? You just started going there this year.
8 or 9 months now.
8 or 9 months now.
Wow. Yeah. So it's snagged.
July of last year was the first time we were there.
But everybody there is so easy to get along with. It's like a big family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus you have the other half of it. So.
Well, it was funny. People last time when we had Sophie on, they were like, oh, aren't you guys afraid the spirits are going to follow you home? And I'm like, those spirits, absolutely not. They are so well taken care of there. They are they are as happy as clam. I mean, whatever, they've all got their stuff.
Yes.
But I honestly, that was not even a question.
That place is the Ritz-Carlton for them,
I wasn't even concerned.
They don't want to leave there. They're happy.
Yeah. I felt the same way. I didn't feel, like I was going to, out of every place I've been to, there's more heaviness there, I would say, of things that could follow you home. But I'm like, no.
Well, Sophie also takes very good care of them.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
she talks to them every day and treats them the right way, and that's what they want. So
Yeah, they're happy there.
We're getting close to the hour. So
we are.
Anywhere that you want to give us information to how the people in the audience could get you or see your stuff or your YouTube channel or anything like that?
So we don't have a YouTube channel yet. We are on Instagram and Facebook, both of which are Peekaboo Paranormal NJ. I try to post as often as I can. I have to go through some footage, so we'll definitely be posting more soon. But there's enough clips up there to keep everybody interested for a little while. So yeah, that's where you find us.
Oh my God, I did it wrong.
Did
Star
you-
that.
Pick a book.
Pick a book.
Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. Failing. There we go.
We're gonna go.
Pick a book.
You want to see them? Go to Pick a book.
They're super
You
scary.
might be fine.
You're not responsible for that one.
No.
That's the wrong one. Bobby came
Nice.
in.
Are you both going to be at the Hollow as well? Are you having
Yes.
a table, or are you
Yeah.
just?
We are working with Sophie at the Hollow.
Yes.
Oh,
Will
cool.
you be there with,
All right.
okay.
So
Yeah.
you're in the Devil's Den, right? Then?
Yes.
Devil's Den,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm in the Devil's Den also.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
I'll
Yeah.
be there.
And Frankie Adeo. Frankie is actually sponsoring the Devil's Den from
Mhm.
the Parasite Project. I know he just
Mhm.
changed his name, but most of us would know him as Parasite Project. He's also the house investigator for the Ritz Theater in Haddon Heights, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So Frankie's going to be there with the neurovisor.
Yeah, that's crazy, that thing.
That thing is wild.
Have you both done it, or?
I have. Ron has not.
I have not done it yet.
I've done
I
it.
haven't either.
I was like one of the first people that did it, and it was crazy. I actually seen stuff. I drew figures, from steeples to people.
Yeah, you did it the night at the Ritz Theater, didn't you, Anthony?
No, I didn't do it at the night at the theater.
No.
No, but it was another time.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah.
Because it was everybody wanted to do it, and he was going to run out of time. So I figured, I've done it already, so let everybody else get a chance. Sophie, so proud of you.
Oh,
Thanks, so
nice.
Thank you, Soph.
Yeah. So, are you going to be anywhere else? Are you going to be at the Cryptic?
we will be at the White Hill. We'll be at White Hill on May 2nd, also with Sophie and the objects.
I might stop and visit.
And then you might see us traipsing around at Pennhurst Paracon in May, because we'll be there.
I won't be there because they're having the same weekend my grandson's second birthday.
No.
Well, that trumps
that
Paranormal.
trumps it.
So
But yeah, so we'll be running around Pennhurst 15th, 16th, and 17th of May. We'll have our Peekaboo Paranormal shirts on. If anybody sees us, say hi.
Yeah.
Come in and say hello. I'll probably stop by White Hill just to walk around and say hello to everybody.
Good.
We had Dave on not too long ago, and I told him I would stop by, and that's I love that place too. And check it off, Kim.
Oh, White Hill. I know we already did White Hill. White Hill every time. Every time. I mean, for good reason. White Hill is a great.
We have never been to White Hill, so no, it's going to be the first time for us.
Where is the one we did go to that had that Christmas auction next door?
That wasn't in White Hill. That was some other.
I am.
White Hall.
That was White Hall.
Yeah.
I am
very,
very,
never
very
been to White Hall.
Yeah, we have never been to White Hall. I've always wanted to go, but we're going now.
You're going now. Wow. Yes.
It
is a really cool spot. Really interesting history, really original, original spaces, original. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're gonna
I've
love
been
it.
there so many times in the past. Matter of fact, when they opened up for the Paranormal, I was like one of the first teams in there back then. That's how long ago.
Look at Anthony. He's like me. I'm the first one,
I'm
and
the
why he'll
OG.
mention. You
I
know,
wasn't
that's
the
how
first
long
one.
I've been here on this
I was like
planet.
second or third. Hey.
It opened up in the 1700s. Anthony, are we dating you?
Yeah, well, that's my first time I went there. I was hanging out.
1700s.
Yeah, 20. It was 50 years before the United States was the United States. So,
1726.
Yeah,
see,
that
I
sounds
was
right.
there. I was investigating back then too.
I believe it.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I was investigating George Washington and all those people. So the show's coming to an end. We're gonna have to say goodnight. And
Good night.
I want to thank you guys for coming on. We had a great time the other night. We had a great
No,
night
thank
tonight.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it was
And-
great working with you at the comment. I had a great time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
us too. Thank you so much.
Well, we'll get together soon, and maybe I'll meet you down the convent one day. Or maybe we'll all go down there and visit you.
Yeah, I would love.
That'd be
I would
great.
love to go back. So, Anthony, if you want to come back with me and Jenny and everyone, love to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So we really do have to come because there's a show after us, so we have to.
Oh
end
yeah,
on
we do have to
time.
go. We get in
We used
trouble.
to go all the time,
In
but now
trouble for going over.
We get in trouble.
yeah. So
Well,
I just want, like I said,
No,
I want to
again,
thank you
thank you
guys.
so much
Yeah, thank you for
for having
us.
us. We
Yeah, you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank everybody in the audience.
Absolutely.
Thanks
for
everybody
coming
for
on.
staying.
You know, we wouldn't be a show without our audience, and we have
Mhm.
such a great audience, and it's great.
Well, I
And,
hope we didn't
Sophia
disappoint.
showed up for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a great show with her also. But I got to say thank you for everybody coming, and I just want to tell everybody that if you're going on an investigation, you got to be safe because you want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost.
Right.
Hey, child. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone. See you next week.
Good night.
Forget about it. Hey.
Hey,
Oh,
Don't
gosh.
go nowhere.
got it.
Don't go
Oh.
nowhere yet.
Hey, how you doing?